White flag, white flag, white flag. 1 lap to go. 1 lap, Raider.
All right, final thoughts here on In the Marbles on this Thanksgiving episode. And you remember a few episodes ago when I told you I have something to tell you guys, but I forgot what it was going towards the end of the show? I remember what it was.
Uh-oh.
No, and it's nothing bad.
Oh.
So I ordered my diecast from Daytona, and I got my Denny Hamlin car in. Let's see here. 4th Denny Hamlin car that I have in my collection total, which is more than anybody else. I have 2 Kenseth cars, four Hamlin cars.
Wow, that's impressive.
So I got my Denny Hamlin car. I got my Grant Enfinger truck. I didn't get my Noah Gragson car.
You still waiting on that?
Here's the thing. They said due to, I think it was, what they call it, they said licensing issues.
Oh.
We can't do it. Here's your money back. Sorry about that.
Ah. That's a bummer.
It is a bummer. So it looks like I'm going to have to go and get it customly done.
Man.
But
sucks.
It does, but at the same time, it is what it is. Oh, well.
You got your money back.
I did get my money back. I would have, if I had it my way, I would have said, hey, just put it towards next year's Daytona 500 winner.
Oh, well, that would have worked too.
That would have worked out great, but yeah, that's a bummer because now I got a picture and a ticket with Noah Gragson, and I'm gonna have to get a custom car for it.
Just get a picture or a cutout or something and put it in there.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I have right up there with Charlie's autograph. If you're seeing it from the wide shot of YouTube, it's up there, and that's where the Noah Gragson car was going. But yeah, man, that's a bummer that happened.
It is what it is.
Yep, and waiting on that Kevin Harvick throwback car, too. Hopefully they don't cancel that.
How long you been waiting on that one for?
Oh, it's coming in probably June.
Oh.
It takes a while for them to make it and stuff because they do it the race version, and they put the confetti on and the tire marks and the marbles.
I bet that takes a long time to do.
I don't know how it works. I'd like to see the process of how that works.
Very intricate work.
Because, man, it's impressive. Just the detail on some of the cars, like the A.J. Allmendinger Watkins Glen car on the other side where he did a burnout, that tire's exploded and it's shredded up. It's pretty cool what they do to it.
Okay.
But, yeah, man. So that was what I wanted to tell you guys. If you were on the edge of your seats wondering.
waiting for so long. What is he going to tell us?
What was that thing you forgot about? It's like, that's it, ladies and gentlemen.
They probably thought you were about to tell them some of the announcements that you want to talk about the next couple of weeks.
No. Stay tuned for social media on that one. We're looking forward to those. Those are going to be a lot of fun. But we're here at the final thoughts segment of the show. Preston, you've got our This Week in NASCAR. What happened this week in NASCAR?
All right, this week in NASCAR, we're going to go back to November the 23rd of 1997. So in both 1996 and 1997, NASCAR traveled to Japan after the Premier Series ended their season to stage exhibition races on the Suzuka Circuit, a 1.394-mile road course in Suzuka City, Japan. The 1997 race was won by Mike Skinner, who piloted a Chevrolet owned by Hall of Famer Richard Childress to a 3.742-second victory over Mark Martin. The win paid $98,750, and the race drew 35,000 fans.
That's pretty cool, man.
That is pretty cool.
And you know something else that happened in this week in history in NASCAR? In 2001, the season just ended. But they postponed the New Hampshire race after the September 11th attacks and put it at the back end of the schedule. So Jeff Gordon was crowned the champion at Atlanta. He locked it up. But then we had one more race to go. I believe it was the day after Thanksgiving. It was right after Thanksgiving that they went up to New Hampshire and raced. And $5 to you. I want your phone on the table.
Okay.
$5 to you if you could tell me who won that race.
Ooh, 2001.
You're going to kick yourself once you hear the connection between this story.
Oh. Uh-oh. Man. And I don't get any hints, and that's what I hate about it, when I don't get a hint.
Well, you kind of get a hint. Because I said there's a connection to this specific This Week in NASCAR.
Oh, Mike Skinner.
Is that your final answer?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Now I'm really worried.
Yeah.
A connection to it.
Yeah, there's a connection to it. Straight up.
Mark Martin.
No.
No, I didn't think so either. All right, you just got to tell me.
All right. So I forget the exact date, but it was in 2001, right after Thanksgiving. NASCAR went to New Hampshire to make up the race.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like the Formula One situation. We already knew who the championship was, but we still needed to race this one race. Robbie Gordon against Jeff Gordon, moving him out of the way. Jeff Gordon not happy about that. The champion, already crowned champion of the sport, was moved out of the way by Robbie Gordon, piloting that 31 car driven by Mike Skinner earlier in the year, who suffered a crash at Chicagoland when his right front tire blew and hit the wall. The 31 car went to Richard Childress Racing, went to victory lane that day with Robbie Gordon in his first career Cup win.
I should have known Robbie Gordon, I guess you could say.
That's the connection. The 31 car Mike Skinner, well, there's that connection too.
I guess I should have. Robbie Gordon. I remember Robbie Gordon. I think I do kind of remember that race a little bit.
Yeah, and it was funny too, because in New Hampshire too, he threw that helmet at Michael Waltrip.
Yes. Yep. That one was that's a pretty good memory too. Yeah.
I think that was 2005. So Google 2005 Michael Waltrip getting helmet thrown at, and you'll see Robbie Gordon do that.
I think he put some oomph behind it too, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he really just slung that thing.
Yeah, he did. It was great.
So who's our driver of the week?
Our driver of the week this week is Raymond Hassler. Born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, June 29th, 1935. And passed away February 17th in 1972 at the Daytona International Speedway. Ran 135 races over 10 years with no wins, 48 top 10s, and 2 poles. He made his series debut in 1960, driving only a handful of races until 1967, when he drove 21 of the 49 races for Red Sharp, finishing 32nd in the points. He improved to 27th for Sharp next year and drove his own car in 1969 to a 28th place finish. In late model cars at the end of the year, he scored a win at the second inaugural Snowball Derby. Now regarded as the short track's most prestigious race. In 1970, he drove for James Hindley and finished 20th in the points, and his best season was 1971, driving his own car to 13 top 10s and a 16th place points results. Hassler died of his injury sustained in an accident in a 13-car pileup during the first qualifying race in the 1972 Daytona 500 for the 72 Daytona 500 at age 36 at the peak of his career. It happened on lap 19 when the 57 Dodge driven by David Ray Boggs blew the right rear tire. Hassler caught up in the pileup, spun his 39 Chevy into the infield grass before careening back onto the track and slamming the outside wall head-on. His car came to rest perpendicular to the track, other drivers still piling into the crash scene, before being broadsided in the passenger side door by Jimmy Crawford's number 54 Dodge. The impact catapulting the car back into the wall. Hassler was killed instantly, sustained from massive head and neck injuries. And that is your driver of the week. Kind of morbid.
Yeah, the way that was described, that how he was hit and then sent back into the wall again and just killed on impact. I mean,
it just seems like in the 70s, man, it was hit or miss, whether it was Formula One, NASCAR, or whatever, man. Yeah. It's just, man, I mean, and then we talk about the car of tomorrow coming out and emphasis on safety. Well, yeah, nobody wants to go to a race and see a driver die.
No. But, and that kind of almost reminds me when I was talking to you right before the show about I was talking to Maples about I finally got to see that documentary on YouTube, the 3 Before February one.
Oh, did you like it?
It was, I mean,
I thought it was one of the best. I thought it was we did a movie review on in the Marbles about it, and I tell you, it was one of the guy who did it did a great job with it.
Yeah, he did a very good job, and it was just
it was about Adam Petty, Kenny Irwin Jr. Oh, criminy! Who's the third one? Blaze Alexander?
Roper.
Tony Roper. Yeah. No, it wasn't Tony Roper. Yeah, it was Tony Roper.
Yep, Tony Roper. Yeah, it was. I mean, when we talk about safety just now, I mean, that's what I thought about with Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin Jr. and both in New Hampshire. But wow.
Yeah.
That's man, it's crazy to see how safety has come and everything like that. And I mean, that was a time when when safety. There was questions about safety, and of course, some drivers were just like, we need to figure out what the heck the problem is with this. 2 times now that people have talked about a possible throttle hanging, and NASCAR never said it was the throttle hanging.
No.
So scary crashes, though. Especially Kenny Irwin's when he hit the wall and he was on his side there like that. That's. I guess it happens, but still, you don't like to see it.
No, absolutely not.
But hey, interesting driver of the week.
Yeah, I figured it was.
So,
but Preston, you have anything else before we start wrapping up this episode? I know it's kind of a unorthodox one. We had a lot more planned, but that just kind of fell through.
Yeah, we kind of bounced around a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We're in the off season. We can afford to do that. But man, I just again wish everybody out there a happy and safe Thanksgiving. It's definitely a different feel this year with Thanksgiving with COVID and everything. But rest assured, we've said it before. 2020 is almost over.
We're getting there. It's close.
That black hole in history that just sucked the will out of everybody and everything. I tell you. But Preston, I hope you have a happy and safe Thanksgiving with your family and your friends and whatever you guys want to do, and just everybody out there, whether you're listening to this driving to wherever you're going or just listening to it at home. We hope you have a happy Thanksgiving as well.
Hopefully you have a happy and safe one as well too. Hopefully.
I'm hoping nobody uses the turkey fry and burns down their house.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would be worried about the most.
And I'm kind of on edge about that.
I would be too.
You hear horror stories about that, and then you go into work and you're going to do the same thing. I'm deep frying the turkey at work. That would be the textbook definition of irony there.
Yeah, that would.
Oh, it would be so bad.
At least you guys would know what to do immediately.
At least we'll have an abundant supply of water there.
On standby.
Gosh. It's so bad to think about. I'm so scared now. Now I'm nervous because everybody's going to, don't burn down the station. Like, okay. Oh, man, that would be so bad. But, yeah, again, I hope everybody has a good and safe, happy Thanksgiving. And we'll just go ahead and start wrapping it up unless you have anything else you want to say there, Preston.
Nothing else.
All right, man. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I'd like to thank everybody so much for listening this weekend here in the Marbles. Make sure to follow In the Marbles on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for the latest and greatest in the world of auto racing. YouTube has the uploaded videos of this week's podcast coming up here shortly. Just again, hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week. For Preston Lute, I'm Matt Beamer. Thanks again for listening. Stay safe and have a good rest of your week.